Born in Rome in 1582, Gregorio Allegri received his musical training as a boy chorister and later adult singer at the Church of San Luigi dei Francesi under the tutelage of Giovanni Nannino. Following spells of employment as a singer and composer in Fermo and Tivoli, Allegri returned to Rome in 1628 to become Maestro di Cappella at the Church of Santo Spirito in Sassia. He joined the papal choir a year later in 1629 and would remain a member of the Cappella Sistina until his death in 1652, even being elected Maestro di Cappella in 1650. Although he composed extensively in many of the musical styles popular in Rome in the early 17th century, including both pyrotechnic a cappella works for double choir and smaller scale pieces with instrumental bass lines, Allegri is best known for his somewhat anachronistic Miserere.
Well, hey, welcome back. I'm glad you're back. So here's the for part three. I figured until we get some comments and some discussion going on what kind of music we want to talk about, well, let's just start at the beginning of early music, what we call cultivated music. People just throw around classical a lot. It's just a blanket term, unfortunately. But so even we could go back earlier before there's even scales, and there's modes before there are even scales, as far as written music goes. So, but there has for anything there has to be rules. And in the early times, as you might figure, the rules were strict on how music was supposed to be organized, and the voices had specific directions they could go. So this piece in particular is what music historians call like the perfect counterpoint. So all the voices behave the way they're supposed to. So here's the sheet music, and you can watch and follow along. How the voices kind of go different directions. So yeah, so maybe you were able to kind of follow along, even if you don't read music. Um, Maybe you could notice how the notes would go in different directions, and that's the way they were supposed to. So again, this is early 16th century, so it's very strict, and um, but it's the very beginnings of what we know, what we call classical music. And sheet music didn't even look this way. It wasn't even written for the longest time. Um, this right here is the way we know it. So, and as you may or may not know, a cappella, of course, we know what it means without accompaniment. It's just singers. But literally, it's from the Sistine Chapel, or singing as the way they do in the Sistine Chapel, which is how all this kind of got started. So. Um, Anyways, it's just maybe a good place to start. Let me know. We can.